Today I thought I'd tell you about how the universe decided to show me that I had become a pain empath. So I was about 25 or 26 years old, and I had just started renting a 3-bedroom apartment with a good friend of mine and a friend of hers that I had met maybe once before we moved in. And after about a couple of weeks of living together, I woke up one morning and I was in so much pain. I felt like I had bruises all over my torso. And it was really weird because I hadn't done anything different the day before. And it was so remarkable that when I went down to the kitchen that morning, I couldn't help but say something to my roommates. And I was like, man, it is so weird. I feel like I got hit by a bus. Like, I hurt in the weirdest places. Like, why would I hurt here and here? And I started pointing at all these different spots on my body. And as I was doing that, I noticed that the new roommate that I had just met had a really strange look on his face that I couldn't quite read. And when I stopped talking, he very quietly asked me, "Where else does it hurt?" And I started to point to some other spots, and he stopped me actually and said, "No, point to where it would be on my body," which I thought was kind of strange, but I was like, okay. So I started to just gently press on the spots where I felt the pain in my body, where it would kind of correspond on his. And each and every time he winced like I had punched him. And I kind of already knew the answer, but I couldn't help but asking, "What is happening?" And he just looked at me and said, "Well, I think you know. About 10 years ago, I was on tour with my band in the US, and my friend who was driving the bus fell asleep at the wheel. And so our bus rolled into the ditch, and a whole bunch of recording equipment fell on top of me, and I broke a whole bunch of ribs, and I really messed up my back. But we didn't have any insurance, and we didn't really have any money to do anything other than fix the bus. So we just waited for a few days, and we fixed the bus and then continued on the tour. And I have been in extreme pain ever since. And now I don't understand how this is happening, but it looks like you're feeling my pain." And that was just the beginning.